With impressive power and smart features, great things can happen when you drive a Ford F-150. Bring home a champion today. See your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. They bring us our keys to victory on the defensive end, and as Alabama takes on McNeese, BP, what are those keys for Alabama there?
Well, this is a high-powered Cowboys offense. They won 30 games last year, won the Southland Conference. They have 5 out of their top 8 returning. And the best may be Christian Shoemate, 6'6", 215-pound senior, does it on both ends of the floor. He's a mid-major All-American, the Southland Conference Defensive Player of the Year a year ago, but he's far from a one-man show. And a player that Alabama and SEC fans probably remember is Brandon Murray, who started his career with Will Wade at LSU, where he was an all-SEC freshman player. He transfers to Georgetown, where he averaged about 14 points a game. Then he went to Ole Miss. Now he's at McNeese. He's been everywhere. He's a really good player. At 6'5", the senior can score, does it on defense as well. This is a talented McNeese team. Alabama's got to be ready to play.
Got to be ready indeed, and we will be ready to tip it off. The starters and the start. Alabama basketball, our Ford pregame show wrapping up now. Alabama taking on McNeese when we return on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Get ready. Alabama Crimson Tide basketball is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21.
I'm Cole Adams.
And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryan Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bob Baumhauer here. Are you out of ideas for those stocking stuffers? Our selection of delicious signature sauces make great stocking stuffers for that chef of the house. Kick up your favorite holiday dish with our legendary hot sauce. If you enjoy our char-grilled black and white chicken, then grab a bottle of our fabulous legendary white barbecue sauce. Would you like to have a Bam Bam shrimp on your holiday menu? That's easy. Just pick up a bottle of Baumhauer's Thai sweet chili sauce. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To the trailer. 3. Bottom. Tie game. 75 all. He'll rise. He'll fire. He'll make the 3. The bank first 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and win big this season. Conecuh Sausage, made fresh in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947, and now the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. And by the Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. Now, turn it up. It's game time. Here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
The $1 Million Pep Band with a great rendition of our national anthem before this matchup here tonight at Coleman Coliseum between the second-ranked team in America, the Alabama Crimson Tide, and the Cowboys of McNeese. I'm Chris Stewart alongside Bryan Passink, Tom Stipe, our producer-engineer, and our studio engineer, as usual, is Jerry Kelly. Of course, Vice President, General Manager of the Crimson Tide Sports Network is Jim Carabin, and our Facebook Live pictures tonight brought to you, as always, by my man Ethan Carabin as well. Here's Tony Giles with a look at the starters.
First, our visitors from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and the Southland Conference, the Cowboys of McNeese State University. At forward, a 6'9" senior from Corinca, Louisiana, number 5, Joe Charles. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Columbus, Ohio, number 6, Javon Garcia. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Powder Springs, Georgia, number 7, Alan Green. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Georgetown, Maryland, number 23, Brandon Murray. And at forward, a 6'6" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 24, Christian Shoemate. The assistant coaches for McNeese are Brandon Chambers, Vernon Hamilton, and Sean Forrest. And the Cowboys head coach is Will Wade.
As they have dropped the lights here at Coleman Coliseum and are just moments away from introducing the Alabama starters to the crowd that's assembled. Why don't we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. The starting lineups are presented by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. We've already heard the McNeese starters introduced by the public address announcer here for more than 3 decades at Coleman Coliseum, Tony Giles. And now we'll turn it back over to him to once again hear now the starters for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Now please stand and deliver a rolling tide for Alabama's starting five. At forward, a 6'11 sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, number 15, Jaron Stevenson. At guard, a 6'4 freshman from Mobile, Alabama, number 0, LeBaron Bailon. At center, a 6'11 graduate from Benin City, Nigeria, number 11, Clifford Omori. At forward, a 6'11 graduate from Devils Lake, North Dakota, number 4, Grant Nelson. And at guard, a 6'1 graduate from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, number 1, Mark Sears. The assistant coaches are Preston Murphy, Ryan Panon, and Brian Adams. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alabama basketball.
Brian Passink, Coach Oates, told us in the pregame about LeBaron Bailon. Surprised this young man is again a starter for the Tide. What a combo he is in the backcourt with Mark Sears.
Yeah, it's a great backcourt, but how about the front line with this starting lineup? You go Grant Nelson and Jaron Stevenson, both at 6'11", Cliff Omori, 6'11". That is formidable around the basket, and hopefully Alabama can get off to a great start on both ends of the floor. This McNeese team, a historic team a year ago, the most wins in program history at the Division I level. They went 30-4. They're projected to be just as good, maybe not from a record standpoint, but once again picked to win the Southland Conference. Alabama is going to need to play well against one of the best mid-major programs in the country.
Veteran crew working tonight's game. Doug Chow's, Olandis Poole, and our lead official who is making his way to center court, Rob Rourke, as he will step in a moment between the two big men who will jump center. Cliff Omori for Alabama and Christian Shoemate for the Cowboys of McNeese. The ball goes in the air, and the tap is controlled in the backcourt to our right by Alabama and Mark Sears, and we are underway from the home of the Tide, Coleman Coliseum. Omori will hand it off to Stevenson. Backdoor look is to Nelson. He throws it home, and a great start for Alabama.
Yeah, great to see Grant Nelson back in the starting lineup. Dealt with abdominal strain early part of the season. Gets the start and did a nice job cutting backdoor, catches it, throws it down.
Breed playing off of a screen for McNeese. Takes it to the right wing, reverses back up high to Charles. Charles will hand it off to Garcia. Pulls up from the right elbow, 12 feet out, no good. Rebound claimed by Omori after the tip by Nelson. Gets it on the far side. Omori winds up with the ball in his hands and then throws it away. Bailon's pass to him had him off balance, and then Cliff threw it away. Here comes McNeese on the other end. A 3-ball from the left wing is up and good by Brandon Murray, and it's a 3-2 advantage for the Cowboys. 1 minute into this one from Coleman Coliseum. Nelson trying to enter right wing three, no good. Ball tipped high into the air. Rebound claimed by Charles. They work it ahead to Garcia. Leaves it for Breed, who gets inside the arc, then kicks it back left of the circle to Charles. Charles directing traffic, looking for Breed, finds him with 15 on the shot clock. 3-2 McNeese early on over Bama. Breed playing off of a screen with 7 on the shot clock. Still has it out high at 5. Right elbow jumper is up and good from 15. Bama was really good for most of that possession and then backed off at the last moment.
Yeah, this McNeese team has some scores on the perimeter. That is where most of their damage has come on the offensive end.
Nelson, right corner 3-ball, missed, rebounded, claimed by Omori. Bama will then throw it back out to Nelson, top of the arc. Grant with a couple of dribbles and a handoff to Stevenson. Jaron on the drive, gives it back to Nelson in the paint, got fouled. A late whistle from Olandis Poole, but the right call right there as Bama will go to the line to shoot a pair.
This game was started on the offensive end with a beautiful pass from Jaron Stevenson into Grant Nelson for the dunk. Another nice find from Stevenson. This time it'll be Grant Nelson at the free throw line after getting fouled. Bama going to Nelson early. A couple three-point attempts. This time gets to the free throw line. Alabama wants the ball around the basket either with the dribble drive or with the pass. Got it inside with the pass. This time the result, 2 free throws for Grant.
First free throw was good, so too the second. Nice to see the ball go through the net early, especially from the free throw line for Crimson Tide, as with 17:52 to go in the opening half of action. McNeese leads Bama 5-4. Breed on the drive, gives it back out. They work the shoemate right of the circle. His 3 is up, and it's perfect. And the Cowboys have come out guns a-blazing. That was too easy, wasn't it? 8-4. McNeese with a lead over Bama early. 17:30 and ticking. Time left in the opening half. Sears on the wing. Looks for the backdoor cutter, and Nelson drives in. Had it blocked, but a foul is correctly called on Joe Charles for McNeese.
McNeese has definitely made it look easy, but right there, Cliff Amore, 6'11", in pretty good defensive position. Got to contest, but they've knocked down 2 out of 3 that have been well contested. 1 not quite as much. Alabama, I think, a much improved defensive team from a year ago, where they finished this season ranked 110th in defensive efficiency. Right now through 2 games, obviously very early, in the top 25, number 22 from an efficiency standpoint on the defensive end. I think that number could go up with the personnel they have.
McNeese 8, Grant Nelson 6, our score. Nelson with every point for Alabama early, 4 of them from the free throw line. Charles giving it up. Now right of the circle with the dribble is Breed. He'll hesitate, and then he plays off of an offensive foul. I think they're going to say that he pushed off Doug Shows with the call, as with 17:09 to go first half. Bama's got the ball, trailing 8-6.
Mark Sears was physical against Breed early on that possession, but Breed, out of frustration, extended his arm. That's going to be a call every time against the offensive player.
McNeese with an extended zone in the half court. Phylon attacking it, giving it off to Nelson, who fired a pass into the corner where Bama had Jaron Stevenson initially, but he had already cut to the basket. And a no-look pass is fine if there's somebody there to catch it.
The thing is, I thought he was looking.
Yeah.
He must have seen somebody in the crowd wearing a white shirt. Nobody in the corner. Bama turns it over.
So McNeese with a basketball. Hesitation move. Breed gets to the rim, lays it up and over Cliff Amore. Boy, that's a big-time play on the part of Breed, and now McNeese leads at 10-6. We got 16:30 to go in the opening half. Nelson finds Stevenson in the corner. His 3 is no good. Rebound tipped by Amore. Nelson lost it, got it back, tried to get a timeout as he was falling out of bounds, and I believe he did. Smart play on the part of Grant Nelson, and some chirping going on between players from the 2 sides as we head to the benches, and a timeout brings us to our first media break as well. 16:22 to go, opening half, 10-6. McNeese leading Alabama on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business, and Roll Tide.
Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa is proud to sponsor tonight's game. For new and certified pre-owned vehicle sales or trusted service, Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa is your hometown destination. Bama down 4 early, 16-22 to go in the first half against McNeese. 10-6 is the score at this point. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app, presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink. We are courtside. BP. A little bit of a slow start for the Tide.
Yeah, it's been a fast start for McNeese. 4 for 5 from the field. They've knocked down a couple of threes, and they're a really good offensive team. 30 wins a year ago. They've got the majority of that team back, picked to win the Southland Conference once again. Alabama understands that this is a really good team coming in to Coleman Coliseum, especially considering how hard they were pushed on Friday night against Arkansas State. They know that this McNeese team is as good, if not better, than Arkansas State, and they played like it here in the early going. The good news for Alabama, they've gotten the ball in the lane to Grant Nelson for the dunk to start the game. He's been to the free throw line 4 times. He's made all 4. Alabama didn't do as good a job attacking the rim, getting to the line and converting against the Red Wolves on Friday night. So far, so good in that regard, but got to do a much better job on the defensive end, where right now McNeese is on fire from the perimeter.
Different look for Alabama. Mark Sears, the only player out there who was on the floor prior to the timeout, and then Bama loses control on the inbounds. It was Latrell Reitzel trying to get it in to Darian Reed, and I'm not really sure what happened there.
It was a really awkward place to inbound the ball, not quite in the corner. Didn't have a great angle, and Alabama with a second turnover in 3 possessions.
And then McNeese turns it over thanks to some pressure from the Crimson Tide. Losing it out of bounds on the near sideline was Allen Breed. He had been hounded by Mark Sears, among others. Latrell Reitzel with the basketball now for Bama, bringing it into the front court against the Cowboys man-to-man. Reitzel dribbling left of the circle, flips it to Darian Reed. The freshman dribbles to his left, goes between the legs, picks it up, hands it off to Sears. Mark, center of the floor, playing off of a screen. Hands it off, gets it back, feeds it to Reitzel, top of the arc, cut off, finds Sears. Mark with 5 to shoot, finds Reitzel, extra pass in the corner, 3 is up, and it's no good by Aiden Holloway in the weak side board claimed by the Cowboys. Breed fires it left side to Garcia. Garcia with a mask covering his face, protecting a facial injury, gives it off to Murray. Murray playing off of a screen from Shoemate, trying to give it back to him. They're going to call a reach-in foul, I believe, on the floor on Darian Reed.
Going back to the offensive end, good ball movement by Alabama. The extra pass from Latrell Reitzel found Aiden Holloway in the corner. He was all alone, not able to convert, but good ball movement. Right now it's about getting stops. McNeese off to a hot start. They've made 4 out of their last 4. Alabama has missed 4 straight.
Cowboys inbound it. They get it to Shoemate, who feeds it now to DJ Richards, who checked in during that last media timeout. Garcia now going baseline, cut off by Reitzel. Jumper no good from the right corner. Rebounded by the Tide. Pass ahead to Reed, who had it stripped, got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. That was a great find on the part of Latrell Reitzel.
And that's what Nate Oates preaches in practice. Get out and run. It was Latrell Reitzel securing the defensive rebound, and Darian Reed took off. He got ahead of the defense. They caught up late, but got him on the arm, and Alabama gets back to the line.
Darian Reed, one of 2 McDonald's All-Americans on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Freshman, that is. All-Americans last year at the prep level. Aiden Sherrell, 6'10", 240 out of Detroit. And Darian Reed, the man at the free throw line, who had that one rattle around and pop out. He is a product of prolific prep, as was Sherrell. Reed, a native of Grovetown, Georgia, 6'8", 220. Trying to get the second one to drop, and he does, and it's now 7-10. Alabama's had only 1 field goal. They've had 5 points scored from the free throw line. 5 minutes into this one. 15 minutes exactly to go in the opening half of play as Murray has it, working between the circles for McNeese. Takes it to the elbow, kicks it back to Shoemate, top of the arc. On a curl, they'll feed it off to Garcia. Tough shot off the glass and got it to go with Reitzel in his face. Now a 5-point lead for the Cowboys. Here comes the Tide the other way. Reitzel driving, dishing into the corner. Gets a return pass. Now Reitzel trying to go right side. Reverses to Sears. Plays off the screen from Holloway. Crosses over, goes left. Sears cut off, gives it off inside. The strip in the steal as the ball was taken away from Sherrill. And now here come the Cowboys again.
There's a good look from Sears, but Sherrill a little soft with it, gets it stripped.
Garcia misses the jumper from the elbow. Sherrill rebounds it for the Tide, gives it ahead to Sears. Behind the back with a dribble, extra pass into the corner to Reitzel, flips it out to Mark. Left alone, that's a mistake. Knocks it home for the first three-pointer of the game for the Tide. And Bama is back to it in 2.
Nice skip pass from Latrell Reitzel. Caught the ball in the corner. He pump faked. I thought he was going to step back and attempt the three. It ended up going inside, converging the defense, and Mark Sears able to catch it in rhythm and knock down a deep three.
Garcia pushed off. Great defense by Mark Sears. And that is an area where his game has gone to another level from last year.
Well, he put his name in the NBA draft, and the feedback he got was he has to be more consistent on the defensive end. He was really good defensively in the NCAA tournament last year. Big reason why Alabama made it to Phoenix in the Final Four. But he has become more focused and more consistent on that end of the floor. Nice job defensively, frustrating the offensive player, causing another push-off.
That's the second on Garcia, so the starter heads to the bench. Here's Mo Diabate in the game for Bama. Sears drives and dishes, corner three, Reed short, and the rebound control by the Cowboys. They'll push it ahead. Sincere Parker with a basketball. He'll drive underneath, reverse layup. Sincerely beautiful on that move as he got it to drop. And the lead goes to 4, 14-10. McNeese on top. Bama runs the other way. Reitzel in the corner to the trailer Holloway. They fill in nicely on him. Now Holloway with it again, top of the arc to Sears on the right wing. Back to Holloway, left alone, catch and shoot three, no good as he was wide right on the attempt. Cowboys ripping and running. They feed it on the left wing. Three ball is up, rattles out, no good for Richards, and Bama clears it and comes the other way. Diabate ahead to Sears. Mark going downhill, kicks it in the corner to Holloway. Aiden around to Mo. Mo back to Aiden, dribbles right, feeds it off to Sears. Drives underneath the basket, shovels it over to Reed. Three, bottom.
Second time Mark Sears has gotten inside the defense. You've seen Darian Reed wide open on a couple of occasions and finally knocks one down. Good offense by Alabama. Mark Sears making plays.
Tied to within 1, 14-13 our score, with 12-15 and ticking. Time left in the opening half. Parker with the basketball, hands it off to Omar Cooper, who checked in a few moments ago. Cooper looking, driving to his left. Bama switches. Charles with the basketball now. 2 on the shot clock. 1, they don't recognize it, and the shot is up. It did not draw iron. It didn't matter. I don't think they got the shot off anywhere close to in time, and the Bama fans react to the great defensive effort coming to their feet as we head to our second media timeout. Cowboys leading, but the Tide rising. 14-13 our score. 11:57 to go first half on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. To stay on top, you got to keep raising your game, just like the 2024 Ford F-150, the smartest, most connected F-150 ever. Ford offers impressive technology to help you get the job done in the smartest way possible. For the latest offers on a Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
11:57 to go in the first half. Bama trails McNeese 14-13. Making Evan Williams bourbon part of your game day traditions is a slam dunk. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. Think wisely, drink wisely, and roll Tide. Brian Passink, what are you seeing?
Alabama doing a better job defensively the last several possessions, getting out to the shooters of McNeese. This is a talented McNeese Cowboys team, especially on the offensive end. They've gotten off to a hot start. Alabama starting to create some turnovers, 4 turnovers for McNeese, and a couple of those lately. Alabama gets the shot clock violation and also doing a better job of moving the ball, finding open shooters. Alabama 2 for 8 from the three-point line. Not a great percentage, but getting good quality threes, some drives, kickouts. Mark Sears doing a nice job of getting in the lane and finding open shooters.
McNeese 6 of 10 from the field early, including 2 of 3 from the arc. Bama 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 8 from three-point range, but 5 of 6 from the free throw line. McNeese has yet to attempt one from the charity stripe. Glad you're with us here from Tuscaloosa. Our coverage of Bama basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network as Darian Reed, Mark Sears, Latrell Reitzel, Aiden Holloway, and Mo Diabate are the 5 on the floor for Coach Nate Oates. Alabama Crimson Tide against the Cowboys of McNeese. Sears front court, defended by Copeland on the point of that zone. Reed back to Sears, fakes a pass right, goes bounce pass left to Reed, gives it off in the corner to Reitzel. He'll drive across the lane, kicks it back to Sears, back to Reitzel. Latrell back to Mark, 7 on the shot clock. To Reitzel, fakes a 3, drives in, steps through, ball batted around, it hit the rim, which reset the shot clock, thankfully. But here comes McNeese the other way. Cowboys with it, setting it up out high between the circles as they will work to the left. It's going to be Cooper on the drive, cut off, backs it out beyond the arc. Sears defending. They work it out high to Parker. A deep 3, catches nothing. But the baseline area, it goes out of bounds. The air ball feeds it back to Alabama.
When a team comes out and makes 3 straight threes like McNeese has, a little more aggressive on the defensive end, getting out, contesting shots. And Latrell Reitzel with a nice defensive play right there, forcing a more difficult 3, and the result an air ball.
Grant Nelson into the ball game, replacing Darian Reed as Grant will work at the elbow right side, gets into the lane, feeds it out to Diabate. Mo, lefty 3, no good, and the rebound controlled by the Cowboys. They've done well on the glass, especially on the defensive end. Near corner 3 ball, rims out, no good for the Cowboys. It was missed by Richards, and Bama clears it and comes the other way. Sears going downhill into the lane, hits the trailer Nelson. Spots up, 3, bottom.
He's worked on his shot in the offseason. A little bit different shooting motion than we saw a year ago. He hasn't shot it well the first couple of games of the season. Caught it in rhythm. Mark Sears once again setting his teammates up.
Cooper working out high, defended by Sears, changes direction, got away with a push-off, missed the leader, ball tipped out, fought for, scramble, and the Cowboys have it, and then Diabate comes back in to knock it away and get the steal. Here comes Mo, over to Nelson right side. Grant trying to drive, got held, the whistle and the foul will be called on McNeese.
It looked like another push-off against McNeese, didn't get the call. The Alabama coaching staff talking to the officials about that one, but ultimately Bama able to track down the loose ball. Mo Diabate with the hustle play. He'll check out, but Alabama starting to get some stops on the defensive end.
Mo out, Cliff in. It's Clifford Omori as the foul was called on Bryant Sullivan-Gay for McNeese, the 6'8 senior. Here's Reitzel with the basketball for Bama. 9:55 to go in the half. Bama on top, 16-14. Holloway thought about a 3, instead will back it out. He'll play to his right, gives it off to Cliff, gets a return feed. Holloway fakes a pass, now goes inside, layup, good for 2 and a great feed, and finished by Jaron Stevenson.
And it was a great cut from Jaron Stevenson. It looked like Holloway had nowhere to go with it, but the late cut in the lane, Holloway able to find him, and the easy deuce as a result.
Breed working against Holloway. Breed goes to his left, gets into the paint, stops, leaner up, no good. Rebound tipped around, fought for, scramble on the deck, picked up, running out with it is Holloway. Aiden on the right wing, between the legs with the dribble, takes it top of the arc, hesitates again, gives it off to Reitzel. Latrell cut off, feeds it to Holloway. Up top, they give it back to Aiden. 3, in and out, no good. Put back good, though, by Grant Nelson. He was playing the two-man game out high with Holloway, rebounded the miss and laid it in.
Alabama had good ball movement, good player movement, so the defense not able to get blockouts and an easy putback for Grant Nelson.
Salamangue with a basketball, looking to his left. Pivots and will hand it off. Breed working inside the arc. Stops, fall away jumper, up and good. That's a tough one over Amori, but got it to go, and it's 20-16. Bama with the ball in a 4-point lead. 8.5 minutes remaining in the opening half of play. Inside Nelson, playing through contact. Spin, shoots, misses. Rebound fought for, and they'll call McNeese for the foul. Good position inside by Cliff Amore as they whistle the foul on the Cowboys, and Bama is in the bonus.
Alabama doesn't post up their interior players very often, but nice recognition from both Aiden Holloway and Grant Nelson. He had a much smaller player on him, got the ball in the low post, and even though he didn't score, Cliff Amore in good position to get another Alabama offensive rebound. He'll go to the free throw line. Alabama didn't do a lot that well offensively against Arkansas State on Friday night, but they did offensive rebound at a high rate, 21 points. Second chance points for Alabama in that game, doing a nice job here tonight.
Free throw by Amore on the 1-and-1 miss. Ball's batted around and picked up and running out with it. The Cowboys. Breed in the open floor, puts it up, swatted away by the trailer Stevenson. Bama, a nice job of getting back defensively. McNeese will have the ball, though, with 8:15 to go in the first half.
Yeah, nice job with their team transition defense. It was Latrell Reitzel stopping the ball, allowing Jaron Stevenson to come in late and block the shot.
Cowboys to inbound it. Getting it to Copeland on the near wing. He'll drive inside. Pump fake, reverse layup, rolls off, no good. Rebounded by the man who was defending, Grant Nelson. He brings it ahead to Philon. LeBaron checked in last dead ball. Nelson handing it off. They get it to Philon, top of the arc. LeBaron giving it back to Reitzel. Latrell looking right, driving right. Behind the back with the dribble. Keeps it going. Gives it off to Philon, left wing. 8 on the shot clock. Philon spinning away from trouble. Uses his body to shield the defender and lays it in for 2.
Such a tough move. He's a freshman but plays like a veteran. Able to spin, use his size and strength, and finish with the left hand.
Garcia with it to Shoemate now, top of the key. Bama with a 6-point lead. They feed it near side Copeland. His 3 is up. It's a brick. Rebound picked up by Bama. Here comes the Tide the other way. Reitzel with it, hesitates, looks right, dribbles right, flips it over to Philon. Hesitation move, stops at the free throw line. Nelson, 3, foul. Grant Nelson, a pair of bank first threes in this opening half, and the Tide has taken now a 9-point advantage with 7 minutes remaining in the first half.
Grant Nelson doing it inside and out, has 14 of Alabama's 25.
Foul on the inside will be whistled on Bama, trying to defend Garcia, going to the bucket. Couldn't get it to go, but we'll shoot 2 free throws when we come back to Tuscaloosa. 6:55 remains in the first half between Alabama and McNeese. We've got a 25-16 score. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tide fans, are you ready for game day in Tuscaloosa? Don't miss the ultimate pregame experience this season at Vector Security Champions Lane, opening 4 hours before each home game. This fan fest has everything you need to get pumped for kickoff. Located next to the Walk of Champions, you'll enjoy live music, player autographs, the best food trucks from all over Alabama, and ice-cold beer in our Legends Lounge beer garden, where there's never a cover charge. Check out championslane.com each week for the latest updates. Roll Tide!
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryan Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
Bama's up 9, 25-16, 6:55 to go in the first half. Here's an important reminder to all Bama fans. Stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations. Flu season is here. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM to learn more. Proud to celebrate Veterans Day today. Bryan Passink. But apparently it's Grant Nelson Day as well.
He's been terrific in this one. Grant, in his just under 8 minutes, he's 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He leads the way with 14 points, 3 rebounds, doing a nice job on both ends of the floor. And defensively, Alabama's really picked it up over the last 5.5 minutes. Alabama's on a 15-2 run where McNeese is 1 for their last 9. They got off to a hot start. They were shooting 80% the first 5 minutes of this game. Alabama didn't have answers defensively, but the defensive effort, the intensity has picked up over the last several minutes, and Alabama has been able to extend this lead to 9. McNeese will go to the free throw line and try to cut into it, but love what Alabama has done the last several minutes on the defensive end.
So let me get this straight. It's Grant Nelson Day based on the start. We know it's Veterans Day, and we're 4 days removed from the 39th anniversary of Tom Stipe's 29th birthday.
I was afraid you were going there.
If you're scoring at home,
don't.
You look good for 68. The problem is you're 45.
Still younger than Jerry.
You are, but a belated happy birthday, partner. I should have done it on Saturday, and my fault for not doing so. But I've had several of your buddies and mine remind me, you better wish him one. And so we hope it. We know it was a great birthday on Saturday.
The present was perfect.
It was indeed. We got you a fiddle and a bow, didn't we? 25-17 now the score, as the first free throw was good by Garcia. And the second one good as well. 25-18. Alabama with a lead over McNeese. 6:50 and ticking. Our time left in the opening half from Tuscaloosa. Pass in the corner to Nelson. Wanted to shoot another three, and I can't blame him, but he'll instead drive to the right wing. Give it off to Philon. His three rims out. Rebound fought for and controlled by Charles for McNeese. They'll bring it front court. Will the Cowboys? Near side. They get it in the hands of Murray. Murray, and a push-off is going to be called on McNeese away from the basketball. That's about the third offensive foul, and they easily could have called 6.
It's the third one they've called. And Alabama, when you play that aggressively on the defensive end, it can be frustrating to the offensive team, and that's been the case. Alabama has really picked it up defensively, and we've seen this 1-3-1 defense by McNeese. They'll go back into a man, and Alabama has settled for some deep contested threes against it.
Great feed inside, the cut by Nelson, the look from Jaron Stevenson, and Alabama pushes the lead back up to 9. By the way, 9 minutes of play for Garcia of McNeese. He's got 3 fouls. He's on the bench. Murray to Charles near side. Grazes the front iron with that miss, and Bama comes the other way. Philon bringing it ahead. Driving underneath, got fouled on his way to the rim. And LeBaron Philon, does he know that he's a freshman?
I don't think so, and he doesn't play like it. Aggressive to the basket, he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1, and wasn't a fast break situation, but Alabama always wanting to increase pace of play. The defense not set. Philon recognized it, took the ball to the basket, a little bit of contact, and he'll get to the line for a 1-and-1.
Top 30 overall recruit nationally, hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Number 5 point guard in the class of 2024. A Mobile native on Jaron Stevenson, his first. It'll be team foul number 3 on the Crimson Tide. McNeese has been whistled for 9. Again, 3 of those on the offensive end. Push-offs, not really charges.
Frustration fouls.
Yes, they are.
And it's because of the defensive effort of Alabama. They have been really good defensively the last several minutes of this game. McNeese just 1 for their last 10 over the last several minutes. No field goals in the last 3 minutes. They've gotten to the free throw line, but Alabama not letting the Cowboys breathe on that end of the floor.
First free throw by Murray, crawled over the front rim. That one goes straight through the cylinder, and it's a 29-20 Alabama lead. McNeese led this one early by 5, but Alabama, thanks to a 10-0 run, taking the lead and has a 9-point advantage right here with 5.5 to go before the break. Nelson in the corner, a couple of dribbles to his left, spins to his right, and they're going to call him for an offensive foul. I think they said he hooked the man that was trying to defend him. That's why that spin move was as effective as it was.
And that zone for McNeese has been effective. Alabama has not gotten the looks they wanted right there. Grant Nelson trying to get in the lane. A little bit of that chicken wing hook, and he gets called for the foul.
16 points for Nelson already in the first half. They fire a pass into the near corner. Driving, spinning, Shoemate tries to put up the shot and got it to go over Nelson. Boy, that's a heck of a under control, tough shot made by Shoemate. And the Bama leads down to 7. 4:50 and moving. Time left first half here in Tuscaloosa. Sears with it out high. Gives it off to Holloway. Back to Sears. Mark between the legs with the dribble. Drives into the lane. Throws it back on the left side to Philon. He'll drive. Step through. Runner is up. Got it to go. The friendly roll there for LeVar and Philon. And Bama leads by 9 again.
It was a quick move, and then he slowed down to gain control. It was a tough shot, but had the soft touch and gets it to go down.
Richards playing a little two-man game with Murray. They almost turned it over, but Murray has it now with 10 on the shot clock. Spins around Philon, flips up a shot that would go. Rebound, though, claimed by the Cowboys. Breed able to put it up and in for 2. Mistake there by Bama as they watch that shot go up. Nobody went to get it. Sears, a tough shot in the paint. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair when we return to Coleman. 31-24, Bama leading McNeese with 3:58 to go first half. We're glad you're with us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bob Baumhauer here. Are you out of ideas for those stocking stuffers? Our selection of delicious signature sauces make great stocking stuffers for that chef of the house. Kick up your favorite holiday dish with our legendary hot sauce. If you enjoy our char-grilled black and white chicken, then grab a bottle of our fabulous legendary white barbecue sauce. Would you like to have a Bam Bam shrimp on your holiday menu? That's easy. Just pick up a bottle of Baumhauer's Thai sweet chili sauce. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa is proud to sponsor tonight's game. For new and certified pre-owned vehicle sales and trusted service, Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa is your hometown destination. Bama's still up by 7, 31-24, 3:58 to go in the first half. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores from around the SEC, and a quick chat with Coach Nate Oates, presented by Cook's Pest Control. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink. We are Courtside. BP, what's it going to take to finish the first half strong?
Well, continue to do the job defensively. McNeese got off to a hot start from the three-point line, getting to the free throw line as well. They're a really talented offensive team, but Alabama right now 4 out of their last 5, and they've gone early and often to the 6'11 senior Grant Nelson, who's been terrific in this one. Already with 16 points here in the first half and just 11 minutes of action. And Bama's doing a good job of finding him on pick and rolls. He's been able to finish at the rim, get to the free throw line. He's also knocked down a couple of threes. Bama doing a good job of finding open shooters. Hopefully Mark Sears heats up. He's made plays on the offensive end, getting the ball in the lane. Only 3 points, but running Alabama's offense, finding open teammates. But defense has been the biggest difference in this game to kind of flip the script. McNeese a team that can get it going from the perimeter. They've got offensive firepower, and Alabama has limited that in a big way the last several minutes of this game.
Allen Breed leads McNeese with 8. That is only half of the 16-point total that Grant Nelson has for the Crimson Tide. LeBaron Philon with 6. 4 from Darian Reed, 3 from Mark Sears, and 2 points from Jaron Stevenson. And make it one more for Mr. Sears as his free throw is up and good. He's got 4, trying to get it to 5, and he does just that. Mark hits them both, and Bama leads by 9 once again at 33-24. Here come the Cowboys. Breed with the basketball, dribbling to his right. Gives it back out high to Richards, and his jumper is good from 15, and a tough break there for Bama. Zayden Holloway tried to get into the passing lane and get a deflection and a steal. Instead, I think he got a hand to the face and maybe a bloody nose in the process. He's going to have to come out of the game, and Bama will make a change. They're going to review this one to see if there is maybe
see the
excessive play. I didn't think so.
I don't know if it was inadvertent or not, but I can tell you this. We have seen several push-offs from McNeese guards because of the tight defensive play of Alabama guards. Mark Sears, Aiden Holloway, LeBaron Philon, Latrell Wrights, all those guys doing a great job defensively, frustrating McNeese, able to knock down the floater in the lane after Holloway got hit in the face and the nose. They're looking at it, and I think, not sure what the result or what they saw, if anything. Incidental. So not much there, but Alabama will go with a bigger lineup. Jaron Stevenson in the game for Aiden Holloway, who's gotten just from the three-point line. He's had some open looks, not able to convert.
So Alabama will have the basketball after what they said was indeed inadvertent contact. So no foul there as Bama will get it front court with Sears. Mark picks up his dribble, pivots, needs help. Finds Latrell Wrightel with 15 on the shot clock. Back to Sears, has it top of the arc, gives it off into the corner. Reed, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound tipped by Amori, but controlled by McNeese. Here come the visitors from Lake Charles, Louisiana. They go onto the far side with it in Murray. Murray works it back out. A deep 3 is off the mark, no good by Richards. And the rebound controlled by Bama. Reed to Stevenson in the corner. Jaron feeds it off to Sears. Left alone, 3, and he knocks it home once again. Another bank first three-pointer for Alabama, the 5th for the Tide in this game.
Jaron Stevenson doesn't have great stats in this game, but made a play defensively and found a wide-open Mark Sears. He's making plays on both ends.
Murray with the basketball for McNeese. Bama up by 10. Murray dribbling to his right, hesitates, goes down the lane. Floater is up and good. A quick release over Amori before he was anticipating the shot being taken. Now Wrightel feeds it in the corner to Reed. He'll go baseline, plays through some contact, but the ball's batted around, and Stevenson fighting for the loose ball, gets there first, draws the contact, and he will go to the line to shoot free throws for Alabama. And again, Jaron Stevenson making a hustle play for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, he's only got 2 points, 3 assists, doesn't have a rebound. He'll pick up the loose ball right there, but just always around the ball. Little plays make such a big difference. And he is making a ton of little plays, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Stevenson shooting the first. That one, unfortunately, rims out. Bama 9 of 12 now in the first half from the stripe. McNeese 4 of 4. We'll see Reed and Amori check out. I think it's Philon and Nelson who check in for the Crimson Tide. Subs are made so quickly by Nate Oates, and so many, I'll be honest, trying to struggle to keep up with who they are, as the second free throw is also missed, and a reach is going to be whistled on Nelson. He went up with about 2 or 3 other sets of hands, and unfortunately for him, his got tangled up and caught somebody in the face, and so possession will go back to the Cowboys. That foul on Nelson will be his second. 8-point Bama lead.
Stevenson is a good shooter who has struggled from the free throw line, below 50% this year.
Stevenson, a great deflection and steal, gives it up to Nelson, and now ahead to Sears. Mark gets it into the front court, works from the far wing. Skip pass over to Stevenson. 3, rims out again, no good. Rebound fought for and saved by McNeese, and here come the Cowboys, trying to cut into an 8-point Alabama advantage with 1:44 remaining in the first half. Breed working it out high between the circles. Steps back, shoots a 3, misses it. Rebound claimed by Bama as McNeese gets away with an over-the-back foul there. Sears with it for the Crimson Tide, leaving it for Philon. LeBaron directing traffic, hands it off to Reitzel. Steps into a 3, too strong. Rebound claimed by Nelson. He will pick it up, finds Reitzel again. Let it fly, big fella. Timeout, Will Wade and McNeese.
Can't give these Alabama guards too many open looks. Latrell Reitzel, who's not shot the ball well through the first few games of the season, just 2 for 13 coming into this game. Just missed one, but good shooters. Eventually, they're going to fall, able to catch it in rhythm and knock it down.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as there's 1:13 remaining in the first half of play. Alabama enjoying a 39-28 lead. Bryan Passink will be talking with Coach Nate Oates coming off the floor at halftime. Again, Roger Hoover hosting Crimson Tide Rewind tonight along with Corey Reamer, our Monday Night Football show, and so he is not able to be with us, but we're glad you have joined us here in Tuscaloosa. Second-ranked Crimson Tide up by 11 over McNeese with 1:13 to go in the first half. Breed will bring it ahead for the Cowboys. Gets it front court. Sears defending him. Breed playing right side. Sears able to stay with him. Fights through another screen to do the same going left. Now Breed goes down the lane right side. Tough shot off the glass. Got it to go, man. Can he finish despite some contact? So Sears now front court with Bama up by 9, trying to play through a double team. Needs help, and he'll get a timeout. Great defense by McNeese, but Alabama picked up the dribble just across midcourt, and wisely, the double team came right to him. He had nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, that zone trap by Will Wade and McNeese has been effective against Alabama. They were able to score, change defenses, and Nate Oates wanted his team to go fast, go 2 for 1 late in the half, but Mark Sears picks up his dribble, didn't have anywhere to go. May have had an angle to throw it to Latrell Reitzel, but couldn't tell if there was another defender that could have shot the gap. So a smart play to get the timeout. Not sure Alabama is going to be able to go 2 for 1 now with 44 seconds. They'd have to go awfully quick. Now it's about getting a good look here late in the half. Alabama, outside of the first handful of minutes, played much better in the second half, or excuse me, in the first half. They want to close it out strong in the last 44 seconds.
Alabama with Stevenson, Reitzel, Sears, Diabate, and Holloway. Landis Poole, the referee, will give it to Stevenson as Bama will inbound at side court with 20 on the shot clock. Holloway will rise and fire a deep 3. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. They say touch last by Alabama. And so Holloway will go back out, and a bigger guard in LeBaron Philon will come in to replace him. With 38 seconds remaining in this first half. And McNeese will walk it ahead. They want to maximize this possession, one would think. Breed playing off of a screen. Working to his left, now goes right. Dumps it off, stolen by Diamante. Steps into the passing lane, gets it. Bama runs the other way. Mo stopping, looking outside to Stevenson, and Bama will hold it for the final shot. 12 seconds, 11:10 on the game clock as the shot clock is dark. Bama up by 9, trying to add to it. Sears at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1. Got it to go, and the half ends with Bama taking a 41-30 lead into the locker room. The move by Mark Sears getting the friendly roll, and Alabama able to take the 41-30 lead. Bryan catches up with Coach Nate Oates.
Coach, thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, they're a good team. We got our individual defense has been the problem. 50, I just talked to Coach Adams, 15 of their 30 points are just on straight one-on-one. We just can't guard them one-on-one. We're not doing a very good job. So we got to pick up our one-on-one D offensively. Their switchings caused us some issues. I thought it slowed us down a little bit. There's too many times where we're getting down the last 10 seconds of the shot clock, but I thought we closed the half pretty well there.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Bryan. Thank you, Cook's Pest Control. They present us with Coach Nate Oates at the half. Give Pests the full court press and call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. Bama leads it 41-30 over McNeese at intermission. We're back with all the halftime numbers in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wondered what a 30-foot tall pistachio looks like? A giant redwood or Big Sur? Chevron with Techron will be there to help you see them and tons of other places you have to see to believe. Because with unbeatable mileage and a clean engine, cars feel great. So next time you want to fill up on a little adventure, an awkward family photo, or a new commute to work, make sure to fill up at Chevron's along the way. Your car and your memories will thank you. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 3.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Offer valid through December 2nd, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.52 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax tag registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Cook's Pest Control. Cooks, the South's most trusted name in pest control and proud sponsor of Alabama basketball. And by the Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
moving ceremony here at halftime at Coleman Coliseum, where Alabama basketball leads McNeese 41-30. Very fitting that on the celebration and honoring of Veterans Day, we also had a chance to see a dozen young people inducted into our military reserve forces as well. And special ceremony that just took place here at Coleman Coliseum for that. Let's take a look at our first half numbers, part of our Toyota halftime report. Visit your local Toyota dealer or explore Toyota.com today. Take advantage of the amazing deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Alabama in the first half, led by the 16-point effort of Grant Nelson. They also got 10 from Mark Sears, 6 from LeBaron Philon, 4 from Darian Reed, and 3 from Latrell Wrightsell Jr. Also, Jaron Stevenson had 2 points in the opening half. McNeese got 10 from Breed. They got 2 from Parker, 7 from Murray. Shoemate had 5, 2 from Richards, 4 from Garcia to round out their scoring for the opening half. A 41-30 Alabama lead at the break. Right now, we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Bama by 11 at the break. More of the Toyota halftime report coming up when we return on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth camp presented by Yay Alabama. Episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tired of being just another patient at your chain pharmacy? Make the switch to Payless Drugs. With 5 convenient locations in Bessemer, Birmingham, Fairfield, Morris, and Springfield, our knowledgeable team can provide personalized medication reviews and supplement recommendations, deliver medications to your door, and more. Visit mypaylessdrugs.com to transfer today. We're just what the doctor ordered.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
This is Tom Stipe with the Alabama Power scoreboard update. Alabama Power. Power for a better Alabama. Halftime score from Coleman. Bama leads McNeese 41-30. Other SEC games in progress. Florida leading Grambling and Gainesville 43-28. While Mizzou is up on Eastern Washington at home 45-33. About to get started. College Station. Texas A&M has Lamar, and in Norman, Oklahoma, will face Northwestern State. We'll take a look at team stats next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
I'm Cole Adams. And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryan Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
I'm Coach Nate Oates, and this is the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. Talk about an outstanding lineup. Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty deliver impressive power and game-changing capability. That's why I'm a fan of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 consecutive years. For the latest offers on a Ford truck, go to buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Flips it over to Phylon. Hesitation move. Stops at the free throw line. Nelson, 3, 5. Grant Nelson, a pair of bank first threes in this opening half. And the Tide has taken now a 9-point advantage with 7 minutes remaining.
Bama leads McNeese at the half, 41-30, and the sounds of the game are presented by Beatbox, the original party punch with 9 delicious flavors, non-carbonated and resealable. Be the MVP of your next game day tailgate with Beatbox. Halftime stats, shooting percentage, Bama 48% overall, 32 from bank first three-land. McNeese 44% overall, 22 from outside the yard. Again at the half, Bama leads McNeese 41-30. That does it for the Toyota halftime report. Second half is coming right up. Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
DCH has a new dedicated unit especially for children. At DCH, we recognize how the entire family is affected when a child is sick, injured, or living with a chronic medical condition. Our board-certified pediatricians specialize in providing our youngest patients, from birth through adolescence, the best care appropriate to their developmental level, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. DCH Pediatrics, making a big difference in little lives.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
Roll Tide fans, this is Roger Hoover. Join me and former Alabama linebacker Corey Reamer each Monday night at 6 p.m. for Crimson Tide Rewind, presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills, we'll rewind the last Bama game, plus take your calls, and look ahead to next Saturday for the Tide and the rest of the SEC. Crimson Tide Rewind, each Monday at 6 p.m. across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Red Diamond knows that prepping for the perfect holiday meal isn't always easy. From making sure there's an option for your cousin Steve from Chicago,
I require a plant-based diet,
to making sure your father-in-law's favorite is on the table.
Boiled Brussels sprouts? Gross.
The holidays can be hard. Thankfully, you've got fresh brewed Red Diamond iced tea. It's the perfect sip of pure perfection that always brings people together. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Now with the call of the second half, here's Chris Stewart.
What to look for in the second half is brought to you by Citgo. Crimson Tide runs harder on Tri-Clean gasoline from Citgo. BP. What you want to see in the next 20?
Well, Nato's talked at halftime about wanting to see better individual defense, and overall the defense I thought was better from a team standpoint, especially the last 15 minutes. The first 5 minutes was not what you wanted if you're Alabama. McNeese got off to a hot start, 4 for 5. They knocked down their first 2 threes. Since then, the percentages have been in Alabama's favor. Bama's gotten some open looks from the three-point line, but just 6 for 19 from 3. Alabama overall 48%, but 7 for 8 from 2. They've gotten some good looks from 3, but when they've gone inside, they've been able to convert. Mark Sears heated up late in the first half, and Grant Nelson was terrific the first 20 minutes. He leads all scorers with 16.
He's Bryan Passink. Tom Stipe's the man you heard from earlier. I'm Chris Stewart. Glad you're with us as we begin the second half of play here at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. McNeese with the basketball. Bama the 11-point lead. Charles, a catch-and-shoot 3. Left wing, no good. Rebound, foul, and Bama will have possession as picking up his 4th foul. Starting to feel sorry for the guy is McNeese's Javon Garcia. He has not played 10 minutes, and he's got 4 fouls.
That was a great block out by LeBaron Filon. Talk about the freshman just doing the fundamental things, kind of a veteran-type play as the guard blocks out.
Great backdoor look from Nelson to Stevenson. An incredible catch in traffic. He lays it in for 2, and Bama leads it by 13.
Almost how the game started, but flip-flop with Jaren Stevenson finding Grant Nelson. This time it was Nelson with the assist.
Breed feeds it off and throwing it home. Shoemate, his 2, cuts into the Bama lead. It's an 11-point Crimson Tide advantage as Alabama will bring it into the front court. Filon between the circles. LeBaron gives it off or tried to Omori, but he underthrew the pass, and it was deflected and stolen by Charles. Here comes McNeese the other way with Cooper. Cooper on the far side with a dribble, brings it to the center of the floor, worked inside the arc, and kicked it back out to Charles. Charles to Breed, working against Filon, goes right, got away with a push-off. Leaner is up, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Nelson, and possession will go back to McNeese.
Good defense right there. Grant Nelson in pretty good defensive rebounding position, but may have gotten nudged with a lower body just as the ball was coming and ends up knocking it out of bounds.
McNeese inbounding it from the baseline to the right of their own bucket. Breed gets it into Shoemate out high. Shoemate handing it off to Breed, and they're going to call a foul on the Tide, and that'll be on Latrell Reitzel. Blocking foul on Latrell. His first. And the first team foul this half on the Crimson Tide, an 11-point Alabama lead. McNeese led it early, 12-7. That was about 5 minutes into this one, but Bama has led it by as many as 13. Cowboys get it onto the left wing with Murray. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound tipped, fought for, scramble, out of bounds, touch last, they say, by Alabama. And now I believe Doug Shows is going to talk with Rob Rourke, and they're going to overturn it. Rob was clear who touched it last. He simply pointed the wrong way. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
I like
benevolent. You know, people got Christmas decorations up already. I'm being benevolent in my commentary at the moment anyway.
I'll tell you this, Doug Shows was sure. He's always sure, regardless of the situation.
It's a gift that keeps on giving. Clark the whole year through. Is Stevenson giving it back out to Nelson. Takes a dribble to his right and then gets fouled on his drive to the bucket. Foul on the floor, I believe, is going to be whistled on McNeese. That's going to be on Murray, and it'll be his first. It'll be team foul number 2 this half on the Cowboys. Inbounds to Stevenson, back to Sears in the corner. Thought about a 3, instead drives, dishes to Nelson, back to Mark, right corner. Goes baseline, swings a pass to Reitzel. Far side 3, bottom.
That's great offense. Mark Sears got down the baseline, and as he got cut off, Latrell Reitzel slid to that left corner, understanding that Mark would find him if he got open. He did, and knocks down his second of the game.
3rd assist for Mark to go with his 10 points. Inside drive, shot attempt blocked, but a foul's going to be whistled on Alabama.
May have been a foul, but if there wasn't contact, you had 2 6'11" guys that could have blocked that shot with their armpits. You had Grant Nelson, Cliff Amore all over it, but before that, a little bit of contact, and McNeese will go to the line.
That'll be the 3rd foul on Nelson, who had all 16 of his points in about the first 12 minutes. He's also got 4 rebounds, as at the stripe is Allen Breed. He makes the first of 2 shots. He'll have another one upcoming. 46-33. Alabama with the lead. The Tide's made 7 of 20 from bank first 3-point range in the ball game. That second free throw rattles around but settles through the net and cuts the Bama lead back down to a dozen. Does Breed, who's had a big game offensively with a dozen. Here's Bama working it against the 3-quarter court pressure applied by the Cowboys. Over to Reitzel, far side. Latrell on the drive, gets cut off by Cooper, gives it back out to Sears. Mark, back to Reitzel, corner 3, bottom.
When he lets it go, you're shocked if it doesn't go in, especially when he's in rhythm. And Mark Sears finds him again in the corner. Latrell knocks down another one.
Make it 8 bank first threes. Amore blocking the shot partially on the layup attempt by Breed, and Bama up 15, runs the other way. Sears to the rim, shot wouldn't go. Amore throws it down. Timeout, McNeese. Will Wade wants to talk things over. A strong start for Alabama in half number 2. 51-34, Bama leading it with 16:52 to play, where we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide fans, some of the most technological advanced vehicles in the world are produced daily at the Mercedes-Benz International Plant in Vance. These same vehicles can be purchased locally at Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa, a proud supporter of Alabama basketball. Bama up 17, 51-34, 16:52 to go in the ball game. Making Evan Williams Bourbon part of your game day traditions is a slam dunk. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. Think wisely, drink wisely, and roll tide. You might want to guard Latrell Reitzel too, BP.
Yeah, and it's been Mark Sears finding him. He got his 3rd and 4th assist, finding Latrell Reitzel in the left corner, once off a baseline drive, and the second one able to drive and kick in the lane, finding Reitzel from three. And listen, Latrell Reitzel a year ago is one of the best three-point shooters in college basketball, 45% on the season, shot 64% from three in the NCAA tournament. And when he's in rhythm, especially catch and shoot threes, you can just about count it. He's gotten off to a slow start shooting the ball the first couple of games of the season, and a big reason why he hasn't been in rhythm. Trying to force a few and take some threes that he can make but aren't in great rhythm. He's focused on that, and Mark Sears has found him, and he's knocked down three in this game.
Cowboys get it front court with Murray to Cooper. He'll dribble right, stops at the elbow, kicks it back to Murray. Flips it now, top of the circle to Cooper. Drive, dishes, left corner, shoemate three, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Sears, and Mark will bring it himself into the front court. Bama leading at 51-34. Sears throws it right corner. Stevenson, three, short. Rebound tipped. Omori lost out of bounds by McNeese, but it was Omori getting a fingertip on it that kept it alive and led to the McNeese loss out of bounds.
Cliff Omori's a great shot blocker. He's also a terrific offensive rebounder. He won't get credit for that offensive rebound, but because of his presence and the hustle in the lane, Alabama gets it back.
Stevenson gets the inbounds pass, feeds Sears. His three is up and good, but they're going to wipe it off because they say Omori set a moving screen on the inbounds play. That's a tough break there. Takes what would have been another bank first three off the board for Sears.
It was well executed, maybe a little bit of a push off at the end that he didn't need, but Mark Sears was able to get his feet set like Latrell knocked it down, but it won't count.
Breed with a basketball for McNeese. Gives it off. Driving, Parker, fall away shot from the right block is good. Sincere Parker, 6'3", 195 at a senior, knocks it home. Top of the arc, Reed kicks it over to Reitzel, fakes a three, drives to the baseline, flips it underhanded to Sears. Deep three, five. Good Lord. He's 4 for 4, only 3 of which have counted.
And Latrell Reitzel was open for a second. They didn't find him in time, but he was able to find his teammate, Mark Sears. It was deep, but it was nothing but the bottom of the net.
Breed, left side jumper, rims out, no good. Tip follow wouldn't drop. Here comes Darian Reed the other way for Bama. Leaves it for Sears. Mark trying to drive, got cut off, goes downhill, whips a pass intended for Reitzel, but stolen away by the Cowboys, and then great defense by Stevenson, forcing Shoemate to travel as he tried to bring it up the floor. Bama basketball with 15:08 to play. When we come back to Tuscaloosa, it's a 54-36 Bama lead over McNeese on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tide fans, are you ready for game day in Tuscaloosa? Don't miss the ultimate pregame experience this season at Vector Security Champions Lane, opening 4 hours before each home game. This fan fest has everything you need to get pumped for kickoff. Located next to the Walk of Champions, you'll enjoy live music, player autographs, the best food trucks from all over Alabama, and ice-cold beer in our Legends Lounge beer garden, where there's never a cover charge. Check out championslane.com each week for the latest updates. Roll Tide!
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Bama is up 18, 54-36, 15:08 to go in the ball game against McNeese. And 13,474 people are enjoying this game. The official attendance for tonight's game is brought to you by ATIX, proud sponsor of the game's attendance. ATIC says thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink. We have tickets. We have better seats down here, BP. What do you see?
Yeah, by the way, those attendance figures, there may be a few that didn't use their tickets, but we have 3 straight sellouts to start the year against UNC Asheville, Arkansas State, and McNeese State. 3 straight sellouts. There is an excitement about this Alabama basketball team, the most anticipated season in Alabama basketball history, and why not? Coming off this program's first and what we hope of many Final Fours. Number 2 national ranking. Great competition. Alabama under Nate Oates has played the nation's toughest schedule several times. I think it'll be that this year when it's all said and done. But Alabama thought was going to have to play well to beat McNeese. They're a team that's capable of beating you, and Alabama so far, obviously a long way to go with 15:08 to play, but so far, especially here in the second half, Alabama's gotten out to a nice start.
You know, you said the most anticipated season in Bama history. It's the 3rd time in 5 years you've said that, and you were right every time. Latrell Reitzel, 3, short, long rebound tipped out. Please don't run into me, Darian Reed or Aiden Sherrill. Thank you. I knew it was a 5-star. I just knew I was going to see stars, whichever one it was, if they collided into this table courtside. But thankfully, Aiden Sherrill put on the brakes, and thankfully McNeese touched it last, and Bama's got the basketball. 15 to shoot as Reitzel will work to his right. Backdoor look, ball batted around, saved by Sherrill. Back into the corner, Reitzel buries another bank first 3.
That is not how you draw it up. A near turnover, but Alabama able to corral the loose ball. And Latrell Reitzel in the corner, in rhythm, knocks down his 4th 3 of the game.
We ran the old giveaway and go right there. On the drive, Parker missed the layup. Putback wouldn't go either for the Cowboys, and the Tide comes the other way. Latrell Reitzel hands it off. Gets a return, feed the corner. It was deflected out of bounds. The officials say, no, it wasn't deflected. They talked it over, and it's going to be McNeese basketball. 57-36, Alabama with a lead. Parker with a basketball for the Cowboys. Cut off by Sherrill, brings it out beyond the arc. Shoots a contested 3 and knocks it down. Boy, that's a big shot. On the far wing from Sincere Parker. On the drive was Holloway. He gets fouled. And with 13:54 to go, Bama will have it underneath.
That's the first made 3 from McNeese since the beginning of the game. They knocked down 2 quickly to start this game. Alabama's perimeter defense has been really good throughout most of this game.
Inbounds pass coming from Phylon. Gets it in ahead of the count to Sherrill. Gives it off to Reed. He'll throw it back to Sherrill. Back into the corner. Reitzel, 3. No good. Rebound tipped and controlled by McNeese. Here's Parker with it far wing. Driving into the lane. Tough shot, too high off the glass, but the putback is good by Bryant Celebon-Gay. Bama runs the other direction with Phylon. LeBaron on the near side to Reitzel. Gives it off, and a foul is going to be whistled on McNeese. That's Allen Breed, who collided with the Tide's Aiden Holloway. We'll see Reitzel and Reed exit. We'll see Sears and Nelson come in for the Crimson Tide.
Latrell Reitzel finally missed a 3. It looked like he was open. It was really good defense by McNeese. Got a better than expected contest. Forced a more difficult shot than it looked like it was going to be for Latrell, who's been hot in this game.
Holloway inbounds it for Bama, getting it to Sears. Mark surveys the floor from the center of the court, gives it off to Phylon. Sears back now left side. Holloway trying to drive, cut off, kicks it over to Reed or to Sherrill. Back to Holloway, back to Sherrill, and he is fouled as he was about to back it down and throw it home.
Alabama going with the 3-point guard lineup. Mark Sears, LeBaron Phylon, Aiden Holloway doing a good job of moving the ball. Crisp passes. Good movement on the offensive end results in a foul.
Phylon trying to get it in. Just beats the count as it's deflected out of bounds by Breed of McNeese. A little late on a couple of those inbounds pass attempts.
McNeese does a good job of getting in passing lanes. Alabama's wanting to run a play out of their underneath, out of bounds. Typically, NATO's teams get great looks, but not able to bring it in on a couple of occasions.
Sears looking, gives a bounce pass out to Holloway. 7 on the shot clock. Holloway dead on, deep three, rattles halfway down and pops out. Reed gets it for McNeese, gives it ahead. And gets a return feed from Richards.
Aiden Holloway 0 for 5 from the three-point line. He's had some pretty good looks. That one was deep, but again, halfway down and pops out.
Parker playing off of a screen. Stops at the right elbow. Hits another mid-range jumper. And cuts the Bama lead to 57-43. On the other end, Phylon left alone. 3-ball, too strong. Rebound tipped out. Controlled by McNeese. Here come the Cowboys driving in. They'll miss the dunk, and a late whistle and a foul is going to be called on LeBaron Phylon. He thought he had challenged the dunk attempt nicely, and instead of a block, they say it's a foul on the Cowboys.
Well, it looked like Alabama was cruising, but you know this McNeese team wasn't going to go away. Quick 7-0 run, a chance to add to that at the free throw line, and Alabama hasn't scored in about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, 7-0 run in the last minute 40. Bryan told you 2:25 officially on the scoring drought for Bama. And Sincere Parker at the line. Shooting 2, he hits the first. Cuts the Bama lead to 13 points now. As we will see Phylon and Sherrill check out. Mo Diabate and Latrell Reitzel will check in for Bama, joining Holloway, Sears, and Nelson. Parker's second attempt is up. That one is good. And it is indeed a 9-0 run that has the Bama lead cut down to a dozen. Holloway throws it front court to Reitzel. Latrell skip pass over to Sears. Mark, another deep three. This one's short. Rebound fought for, and a foul's going to be whistled, I believe, on Mo Diabate. It is. And with 12:07 remaining, 15th foul on Bama. 5 team fouls on McNeese as well. Tide hadn't been able to get to the rim as much in the second half as they did in the first.
Yeah, it's been Mark Sears doing a good job getting in the lane. That one, not a great shot for probably anybody not named Mark Sears. He normally hits those a little short with that one.
First miss of the night for Sears. Here's Parker on the drive. Too strong on the layup attempt. Ball knocked out of bounds, touched last by the Crimson Tide. Momentum's wearing blue at the moment. McNeese, with 11:52 to go, has cut the Bama lead to a dozen. 57-45, Alabama still on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
11:52 to go in the ball game. Bama leads McNeese 57-45. We think Coke Zero Sugar is the best Coke ever. Coke Zero Sugar. taste it for yourself. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink, BP. There's a reason McNeese wins as many ball games as they do. They've got to cut to 12 here late.
Yeah, they won 30 games a year ago, a program record since they've been D1. They've got the majority of that team back. Knew this would be a tough game, and Alabama looked like they were cruising. McNeese has gone on a run. Alabama settling for some deep contested threes with some guys who can make them, but Alabama's success typically comes with guys getting in the lane. Mark Sears, dribble drive, kicking out to open shooters. And also Grant Nelson had 16 points in the first half, a little quiet here in the second. Alabama has a size advantage around the basket and a speed and quickness advantage, especially with Mark Sears getting the ball downhill in the lane. Would love to see more of that here the remainder of the second half, but defensively, Alabama's got to pick it up. This McNeese team is starting to get in a rhythm on the offensive end. A 9-0 run here in the second half.
McNeese basketball from the baseline to the right of their own bucket. They get it into Shoemate, now to Richards. Richards, a couple of dribbles to his right, and gives it off to Breed. Breed looking right, being defended by Holloway. He'll go left. 2 on the shot clock. 1 fires an off-balance shot at the buzzer. No good. Rebound fought for, tipped out. Breed has it. A reset to 20. Ball deflected, though, by Diabate and stolen by Nelson. Grant to Mo. The drive, the layup. No. The rebound fought for and controlled by the Cowboys. And they'll come the other way with numbers if they hurry. They stop on the right wing. The 3 is up. It's no good. Rebound saved by Nelson. Throws it out, and it'll be run down to the backcourt by Richards for McNeese. 30 on the shot clock, 11:07 on the game clock now. Bama only a 12-point lead after leading by 21 with 14 minutes to play. McNeese working it around to Richards. Thought about the drive, kept the pivot foot down. Tried to go right, now does. Gets into the lane, got away with a push-off. Shoots an air ball from 8 feet, and the rebound is controlled by Alabama. Here comes Holloway front court. Bama needs a bucket. They hadn't scored in 4 minutes. Nelson gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair with 10:38 remaining.
Nice pick and roll. Aiden Holloway able to find Grant Nelson on the roll. High degree of difficulty on the pass. That had to get past a couple of Cowboys, but Grant Nelson able to take some contact and get to the line. Alabama's been settling for some deep contested threes. This time they went inside, and Grant Nelson will go to the line for 2.
Grant Nelson had 16 points early in this basketball game. Hits the first free throw. He had 14 at the 6:55 media timeout. That's his first points since he got a field goal about a minute or so after that. So he's been silent offensively for a while, but he's also had a little foul trouble. He's got 3 in the game. Second free throw is up, and that one was halfway down before it rimmed out. Bama's made some buckets, but they've had some others that did everything but go in. Now McNeese with it, trailing by 13 with 10.5 to go. Cowboys get it to Cooper, top of the arc. Cooper driving right, goes underneath the basket, gives it out to Charles. Charles hounded there with 7 on the shot clock. Fires it out high to Richards. 4, 3, Richards off balance at 2, and he got it to go. 10-point game. Bama runs it ahead to Holloway. Aiden drives in, missed the layup. Tip no good by Diabate. And now the Cowboys can get it to single digits.
Well, that was well defended by McNeese. They knocked down the 3. Aiden Holloway was in great position.
Richards worked it inside, got cut off by Diabate. Has to work it out to Garcia. Playing with 4 fouls. Garcia fires it out to Shoemate. 8, 7, Shoemate lost it at 6, got it back at 5. At 4, knocked out of bounds by Reitzel with 4 seconds exactly.
Well, that was great defensive play. Luttrell thought it went off of a Cowboy, but they'll get it with 4 seconds to go, and probably to their advantage. I don't think they were going to get a shot off, and now they have a chance to run a sideline out-of-bounds play.
They'll do it with a bigger defender in Luttrell, Jaron Stevenson in the game, replacing Holloway for Alabama. They try to get it in bounds. They do to Shoemate at 2. Let's fire from deep at 1. It's no good. Nelson up above everybody to claim the miss. Now a scramble on the deck, and it's knocked out of bounds on a hustling play by McNeese. DJ Richards went to the deck, got a fingertip on it, but knocked it out of bounds. And the Crimson Tide will have the ball. But, boy, McNeese looks like a much different team than they did just about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, they're playing much harder on both ends of the floor on a 12-0 run. Knocked down a couple threes. The last one, well defended.
Stevenson had it poked away from behind. Wasn't aware of the chaser, and now Garcia flips it ahead. Gets a return feed, left wing, all alone 3, no good. Rebound tip, fought for, scramble, out of bounds. Touch last, they say, by Alabama.
One thing that McNeese has done much better in this game the last 4 or 5 minutes is getting on the offensive glass. No easy defensive rebounds right now for Alabama.
Inbounds pass coming for the baseline. They get it in at the free throw line to Murray. Kicks it in the corner. 3 is up, no good. Putback is slammed in for 2 by Christian Shoemate. 8-point game with 9 minutes to go after Bama led it by 21. It's a 14-1 run for McNeese over the last 4:59. Diabate in the corner. Cut off, lost it, out of bounds, touch last by McNeese. Here's Cliff Amore coming in.
Alabama hasn't had a field goal in 6 minutes. 14-1 run for McNeese. They're getting the job done on both ends of the floor.
Diabate checks out. Clifford Amore comes in for the Crimson Tide. Amore with just 2 points, 6 rebounds, and a blocked shot in this ball game. Bama will inbound it to him. Hands it off to Sears. Mark with it on the near wing. Drives baseline, cut off. A bounce pass goes to Stevenson. Now he feeds it to Reitzel with 5 to shoot. 4, 3, Reitzel at 2, lost it, scramble, ball out of bounds. Touch last by McNeese with .4 on the clock. So a situational opportunity for Bama here. Only .4 is left. Not 4 seconds, .4. Got to throw it towards the rim. Reitzel looking, throws a lob, it's deflected and out of bounds. But the shot clock expired. It was deflected, and it took a half second for the ball to come down, and so McNeese will have it.
Tried to run a lob play for Big Cliff, and it was there, but good defensive play to deflect it and not allow the alley-oop.
8-point game with 8:18 to go. The drive, the runner, the block by Amore. The scramble on the deck. Ball knocked out of bounds. Touch last by Grant Nelson. They'll wipe up moisture off the deck.
A terrific defensive play by Cliff. Grant Nelson not able to corral it before ball went out of bounds. Alabama picking up the effort on the defensive end against a hot shooting McNeese team.
More moisture on the floor that they'll work on. It looks like they've gotten everything up. Hopefully that's the case. 58-50, Bama with the lead, but McNeese with the basketball and all the momentum. Garcia flips it back right side. Catch and shoot 3, too strong. Rebounded by Sears. Bama wants to run. Mark front court, crosses over. Goes downhill, and a foul's going to be whistled. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity upcoming for Alabama as they whistle that foul on the floor. It's team foul number 7 on the Cowboys.
And over this 14-1 run over the last 6 minutes, that's something we have not seen a lot of, and that's Alabama getting in the lane. It was Mark Sears putting pressure on the defense. After getting the defensive rebound, Alabama, a team that wants to get out and push it, haven't been able to the last several minutes of this game, but Mark able to get the defensive stop, push it in transition, take the contact, and get to the line for a 1-and-1.
Sears, the front end of the 1-and-1, up and good. 8:02 to go in a 59-50 lead.
Alabama has done a good job throughout this game taking care of the ball, with the exception of the last 4 or 5 minutes. 4 turnovers in that span, a big reason why McNeese has gotten back in this game.
Free throw up and good. Sears got them both, and the lead's at 10. Here comes Parker on the drive. Floater no good. Putback attempt no good. And a rebounding foul is going to be called on McNeese. Bama ball when we come back. 7:50 to play, and we got a game once again. 60-50 our score, with Tide leading the Cowboys on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Head Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
$7:50 to go in the ball game. Bama leads at 60-50 over McNeese. Bama wants to thank Old Dominion Freight Line for their support of the Crimson Tide. Old Dominion works hard to be the best in the game and is a proud partner of the University of Alabama. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink, BP. Bama trying to hold on here. This McNeese team is tough and gritty and is on a roll.
They're good, and they look a lot like an SEC team physically, and Will Wade knows something about it. He was at LSU from 2017 to 2022. It was a great rivalry between Alabama and LSU in that span, and he has got a team that could compete in the SEC.
I'm just laughing because you're right. This is a great rivalry during that span. It's always a great rivalry. We hated them during that span. I'm just going to be honest. Hate's a strong word, but it's the best we've got.
Which made some of those victories extra sweet. Cut down the nets in Nashville. I think it was Trendon Watford who missed a floater. I believe he's from the area, but missed a floater against his home state team. And Alabama ended up cutting down the nets and winning the SEC Tournament Championship in 2021. Herb Jones and that crew, Sweet 16 team. But some great battles between Alabama and LSU, and Nate Oates and Will Wade. And he's done a great job at McNeese. Lost his job at LSU, had NCAA issues, but with the changing landscape of college basketball, I would expect him to get another job because he can do things differently in this day and age.
Legally. Free throw miss by Reed, but he tracks down his own miss. Now Reitzel with the basketball. Latrell brings it out to the near side, gives it off to Sears. 10 on the shot clock. Mark surveying the floor, getting a screen, takes it top of the arc, feeds it to Reitzel. Latrell got away. No, he didn't, with a double dribble. Instead, they say it's a walk instead. Somebody stepped in a passing lane, I believe.
Yeah, had Darian Reed in the corner. Reed missed the front end of 1-and-1. That was a key miss, but Alabama not able to capitalize after getting the offensive rebound.
10-point Bama advantage. Parker with it at the elbow. Omori came out to defend him. He picks it up, pivots, needs help, just beats the 5-second count, getting it to Shoemate. Shoemate on the drive underneath, got caught in the air, deflected and stolen. Jaron Stevenson with another great defensive play. Here's Bama the other direction with Reitzel. Latrell between the legs with the dribble, gives it off now to Sears. Mark going to his left, kicks it in the corner. Stevenson, three, no, it did everything but drop. And here comes McNeese the other way. Breed front court with it. 6:50 to go. 60-50 is the score. Bama a 10-point advantage. Shoemate hands it off, gets a return feed, has it blocked, but they're going to call a foul on either Stevenson or Amori. I think it's going to be Cliff who gets called for the foul.
Even though Stevenson didn't make the three, Alabama has done a much better job the last few minutes of this game getting the ball in the lane. He was able to step into a three. I believe it was Mark Sears. Got past his defender. Defense sunk in, and Kieran Stevenson in a rhythm three situation, not able to convert, but much better offense the last few possessions for Alabama.
Shoemate at the line. That's what an Australian would say about that first free throw attempt. Shoemate. That was not pretty. 6:42 to go. Free throw is good. That one was perfect. The release looked a whole lot better. So did the finish. 9-point Bama advantage with 6:37 remaining. Sears surveying the floor from the near side. Gives it off to Reitzel. Luttrell, a bounce pass to Philon. LeBaron back out to Reitzel with 9 on the shot clock. Reitzel at 8, at 7, at 6, at 5, at 4. Sears at 3, at 2, at 1. Had his shot attempt blocked. And here comes McNeese the other way. Down by 9 with 6 minutes to go. Breed kicks it on the right side to Parker. His deep three is up and good. And the Bama lead is now down to 6.
And that was deep. He was matched up on Cliff Amore. He pulled up from about 26, 28 feet.
Reitzel in the corner with 5:45 to go. This is as close as we've been since about the 10-minute mark of the first half. Driving, Reitzel gives it off to Amori. Now to Nelson. Spins, kicks, corner. Reitzel, 3, bottom. Thank you. Much needed bank first 3 right there from Luttrell Reitzel, who now has 15.
Kind of an awkward looking play is Luttrell passed it to Cliff Amore, who essentially handed it off to Grant Nelson. Not great spacing, but the defense converged. Luttrell Reitzel in the corner by himself knocks it down.
Bama faithful back engaged again, but they're quieted once more as Parker answers the 3 from Reitzel and makes it again a 6-point contest with 5:08 to go.
Parker's hit 2. One was really deep, and that one well contested.
Sears gives it up to Philon, who brings it front court. LeBaron playing off a screen to Sears. Mark with a basketball near side. Goes to his right, gets cut off, crosses over, going right, goes left, kicks it to Reitzel. Back to Sears, catch and shoot 3, no. Rebound by McNeese as bodies hit the deck, no whistles. Here come the Cowboys front court. They kick it in the corner. Their 3 is up and no good. The rebound and an over-the-back whistle needs to be made, and it is on McNeese State's Christian Shoemate.
Yeah, you had 2 Alabama players right there, and that it'll be Cliff Amore going to the line. Career 50% free throw shooter. Had he and Grant Nelson, so even though Will Wade doesn't like the call, Alabama's least effective free throw shooter, at least on the court, will go to the line for a 1-and-1, the 9th team foul for the Cowboys.
The good news, we're going to the line. Amori, 6 of 8 from the stripe on the year. Bama is the squad, 67% coming into the game. That's where we are for the contest as Amori hits the front end of the 1-and-1. A much needed freebie right there. Clifford Amori, a native of Nigeria, hits them both as the Rutgers transfer puts the Bama lead back up to 8 again, 65-57 with 4.5 minutes to go. Cowboys get it to Parker. Parker off of the screen goes right, stops at the elbow, 17-footer is good. He has been unreal in this second half. He's got 19 points for the basketball game. And the Bama advantage is down to 6 once more. Here's Philon with it out high. Down low to Nelson. Throws a pass into the corner, but got fouled before he found the open man, and that will send Grant Nelson to the stripe to shoot 2 free throws for Alabama. 10 team fouls now on McNeese.
Nice pass from LeBaron Philon. High pick and roll finds Grant Nelson. Again, Alabama went through that stretch where they were settling for passes around the perimeter, contested three-point looks. Now going inside and having success, getting to the line, finishing at the rim.
Breed called for his 4th as Nelson hits the first free throw. Stevenson comes in to replace Cliff Amori. Breather for him before the under 4 media timeout. Second free throw missed by Nelson. Only 1 of 2 for Grant, and the Bama lead stays at 7. Shoemate with it, top of the circle. Hands it off to Parker. Got to guard him everywhere. He'll try another deep 3. He'll miss this one, and a rebounding foul is going to be whistled on LeBaron Philon. Called for the push on Brandon Murray, who was trying to get to the loose basketball. We got a game, folks, with 3:46 to go. It's only a 7-point advantage. Bama 66, McNeese 59. And it's here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from the field.
What's up, Tide fans? This is Mark Sears reminding you that the best defense against ants, spiders, mosquitoes, and other pests is Cook's Pest Control. Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. Cook's Centricon system is today's best technology for termite control. Protect your house with pest control you can trust. Call Cook's today for a free inspection.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest Control.
Red Diamond knows that prepping for the perfect holiday meal isn't always easy. From making sure there's an option for your cousin Steve from Chicago,
I require a plant-based diet,
to making sure your father-in-law's favorite is on the table.
Boiled Brussels sprouts? Gross.
The holidays can be hard. Thankfully, you've got fresh brewed Red Diamond iced tea. It's the perfect sip of pure perfection that always brings people together. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
Crimson Tide fans, some of the most technological advanced vehicles in the world are produced daily at the Mercedes-Benz International Plant in Vance. These same vehicles can be purchased locally at Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa, a proud supporter of Alabama basketball. Bama is up 7, 66-59, 3:46 to go in the ball game. Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regions postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oates. Don't forget you can get your University of Alabama Visa debit card, prepaid Regions Now card today. Bryan Passink, you're the former Bama guard. What are you telling them in the huddle here? This lead has kind of gone to next to nothing here.
Well, you got to guard Parker. Sincere Parker had 2 at the half. He's got 19 here so far. So 17 of his 19 have come in the second half. They've gone to him. And he finally misses one. I think he's hit 4 or 5 straight. Finally misses one. Alabama can't get the defensive rebound. The block-out foul on LeBaron Philon will send Brandon Murray to the line for a 1-and-1. And Alabama has struggled on the offensive end. Give McNeese credit. They've done a good job defensively, but Alabama has been dismal here lately. 1 for its last 10 on the offensive end, allowing McNeese to get back in this game. This was a 21-point lead here in the second half for Alabama. It was a 12-14-1 run that cut into it, and since then, it's been a veteran McNeese team has been chipping away at this Alabama league, and a chance to get as close as they've been in a long time with Murray at the line.
Front end of a 1-and-1 missed, but the rebound claimed by Parker. He commits a foul, though, or do they say knocked it out of bounds? Well, he did commit a foul, but they only said that he knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Bama ball regardless, and we're fine with it with 3:45 to go. 7-point lead. McNeese has clawed back from down 21 to within that 7-point number we've got right now. Left corner, Stevenson. Back out to Sears. Sears with it on the left wing. Mark directing traffic. Skips it over to Nelson. 8 on the shot clock. Sears with it at 6. At 5 inside. Nelson catches it, lays it in for 2. Nice look there.
Yeah, Alabama really took their time, probably more than Nate Oates would have liked, but late shot clock. Grant Nelson slips the screen. Beautiful pass from Mark Sears for the easy lay-in.
Charles with it, near side. Works it at the top of the arc, hands it off. Parker stopping at the elbow. Covered up, gives it off. Breed with it now, 7 to shoot. Breed at 6, bulls his way down the lane. Spins, follow-away jumper is good from 10 feet. Timeout for McNeese. Tell you what, he knows how to spin, create a little contact and separation. He had whistles on those in the first half, not as much in the second. And with 2:49 to go, McNeese is to within 7 points of Alabama once again.
Alabama having a hard time getting stops. Fortunate that McNeese missed the front end of the 1-and-1 coming out of that last timeout. And Bama was 1 for their last 10, but it was Grant Nelson slipping to the basket, high pick and roll situation. Mark Sears was able to find him for a big lay-in, and now Alabama chance to set up their press offense. I would imagine McNeese will bring some pressure. Under 3 minutes to play, 7-point game, and that is what Will Wade wanted. He wanted to look up with a few minutes to go and have a chance in this game, and they absolutely have. They are a veteran, tough team that has won a bunch of games a year ago with the majority of those players back, and they have showed a lot of toughness here on the road. Alabama hopefully can get out another win like they did against Arkansas State on Friday night.
Sears with the basketball, backcourt, flips it ahead to Stevenson. Jared working against the defender, Parker. Drives and dishes, Reitzel in the corner. Luttrell with it, backing it out, picks it up, gives it off to Jared. He flips it to Sears, who will run it down with the shot clock ticking down now to 11 seconds. Sears picks up his dribble, gives it off to Stevenson at 7. At 6, back to Sears. Thought about a 3, drives and dishes. Stevenson, 3 ball, no. Rebound, though, by Nelson, and a foul's going to be whistled on McNeese.
That is a big-time rebound from Grant Nelson. Alabama took their time and was able to get an open look, but because of the ball movement, player movement, McNeese not able to get the block out on Grant Nelson. He takes the contact and gets to the line for 2.
Bama only 1 of its last 10 from the field. Hadn't scored at all in the last 2 minutes until now. Sounds courtesy of Tom Stipe. Is Grant, well, don't forget about Grant Nelson's part in it too. He's the one that ripped the nets. Tom provided the audio for you. Second free throw up. That one's perfect as well. And Alabama pushes the lead back up to 9 with 2 minutes, 17 seconds and ticking. Our time left here at Coleman Coliseum. Charles giving it off to Breed. Breed driving, lost it off his foot, but picks it up in the corner. Gives it off to Shoemate. 10 to shoot, 2 minutes left to play. Breed right side to Parker. Parker on the drive, spinning. Fall away in the paint, rolls off, rebounded by Stevenson. Hands it off to Sears. Bama ball up 9, 1:47 to go. Philon with it, looking left, gives it off to Nelson. Philon driving into the paint, puts up the runner and got it to go. LeBaron Philon with the bucket. He's got 8, and Alabama leads it by 11 again with 90 seconds to play.
Alabama hadn't had a field goal in almost 4 minutes. The freshman picked a good time to finally make one.
Breed left alone, shoots a 3 and rattles it in. 8-point game with 1:17 to go. The Cowboys won't leave the Ponderosa. Near side, Philon driving right. Cut off on the baseline, changes direction, comes out to the wing, goes across the lane, kicks it to Stevenson. Now to Sears, 1 minute to go, 10 seconds to shoot. Mart on skates, backs it out again, 7, 6, Sears at 5, Sears at 4, Sears at 3, at 2, doesn't get the shot off, and a shot clock violation will give it back to McNeese with 48 seconds remaining.
Not the worst thing in the world for Alabama, because you ran the entire 35-second off the shot clock, 8-point lead, and you don't allow McNeese to get a transition situation. Not what you draw up, but not the worst thing in the world. Alabama needs a stop.
Breed hurries at front court, plays off the screen. Sears nearly stole it, and then Breed, in trying to pick up the loose ball, was on the baseline. He won't get credit for his steal, but the pressure and intensity from Mark Sears is what forced that turnover.
Yeah, the pressure without fouling in that situation, the last thing you want to do is send McNeese to the line with the clock stopped, but the pressure from the veteran Mark Sears, the deflection, ball goes out of bounds. Alabama will get it back, and Mark wants the ball in his hands in this situation.
We got 4 guards out on the floor right now, though, in addition to Sears, with 34 seconds remaining. Shot clock is at 20. McNeese is not going to foul as Bama leads it by 8. Sears with it out high, 14 to shoot. Sears playing off the screen from Phylon, picks it up, gives it off to Holloway, who checked in a moment ago. Sears at 5, Sears at 4, over to Reitzel at 2, lets it fly for 3, short. Rebound tipped, controlled by McNeese. 8 seconds left to play. Don't foul LeBaron. Ball dribbled off his own leg by Breed, and Bama will have it and will win this one, thankfully. 4 seconds to go. The Tide leads it by 8, and a lot of Bama fans have decided, let's get out of here. 2 seconds, 1. Bama wins it. Wasn't a thing of beauty, but a win is a win. It's 3-0, and one more time for Will. (78-64) your final. Alabama a winner to improve to 3-0 for the second-ranked team in America. The Cowboys slide to 1-2. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Bama wins it 72-64 over McNeese here at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. The Tide makes just 2 of its last 12 field goals, but hangs on after leading at 1 point by 21. The Cowboys rally, but the Tide wins it 72-64 your final. Post game in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryan Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
When it comes to land care, you need equipment that's a slam dunk every time. At Tri-Green Equipment, we provide the tried and true support you need for your John Deere gear. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're always ready to assist you in making those game-winning plays. Visit us today and experience the unbeatable support that keeps you in the game. Tri-Green Equipment, proud sponsor of Crimson Tide basketball.
I'm Cole Adams.
And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, Let's go places.
Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE Hybrid for $359 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through December 2nd, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.58 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Red Diamond knows that prepping for the perfect holiday meal isn't always easy. From making sure there's an option for your cousin Steve from Chicago,
I require a plant-based diet,
to making sure your father-in-law's favorite is on the table.
Boiled Brussels sprouts? Gross.
The holidays can be hard. Thankfully, you've got fresh brewed Red Diamond iced tea. It's the perfect sip of pure perfection that always brings people together. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Welcome to the Regions Postgame Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today.
Bama defeats McNeese State 72-64 here at Coleman Coliseum. Welcome into the Regions Postgame Show. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Quick look at final stats. Bama's leading scorer, Grant Nelson, 20 on Grant Nelson Day. Latrell Reitzel and Mark Sears, 15 apiece. Parker led McNeese with 19 BP. Good player, good team. These guys gave us everything we wanted and maybe a little more.
Yeah, we knew they'd be a really good team. And listen, Nate Oates has had the nation's toughest schedule several times since he's been in Tuscaloosa. Last year, number 1 overall strength of schedule in college basketball. And this year's schedule, I think, a good bit tougher. And what we have coming up gets the headlines, but it's games against teams like Arkansas State and McNeese State that are picked to win their league. This is a McNeese program that under Will Wade a year ago in his first season, they went 30-4, and they have the majority of that team back. And when he talked about this game, talked about how appreciative he was to Nate Oates for playing him, because he can't get high major teams to play him because they're capable of beating you. As we saw tonight, Alabama had to gut out this victory over a team that's once again picked to win the Southland Conference. Listen, Alabama should beat teams like this, but it's not easy. They're a veteran team, especially when shots don't fall. They were in a great position, and Alabama was tested. And in games like this, it helps you become a better team. And they were tested on Friday night against Arkansas State, tested tonight against McNeese. This McNeese team is going to win a bunch of games. They're going to go to the NCAA tournament with a chance to win some games in that tournament. And although it wasn't a thing of beauty here tonight, Alabama was able to gut it out behind a terrific game by Grant Nelson.
Well, Grant Nelson was also tied with Amori as the leading rebounder for Bama. Charles had 9 for McNeese, 35 apiece on the boards. So it felt like Bama got some key boards down the stretch, but plenty of opportunities for boards as you go 1 for 10 in that lengthy period of the second half, BP.
Yeah, when you're struggling shooting the ball, you got to get on the offensive glass, and I thought that was one of the keys to victory on Friday against Arkansas State. And late in this one, it was important. Alabama able to double up the Cowboys on second chance points. Just 12 second chance points in this game for Alabama, but some key offensive rebounds, got to the free throw line late and made some plays while McNeese was making a run. So Alabama, this is a team that didn't rebound the ball as well as they would have liked to tonight, but give McNeese credit. They're athletic, they're big, they're aggressive on both ends of the floor in terms of rebounding, and Alabama was able to get some key ones, especially late. Grant Nelson goes to the line and makes some big free throws.
Again, Bama defeats McNeese 72-64 here at Coleman. We'll be back in a few moments with the turning point of the game. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryan Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricron termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% guarantee. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time, except maybe me, Mark Sears. Trust Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest Control.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment and tried and true expertise. We'll help you call the right plays on your property, and we're always there when you need an assist. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators to agriculture equipment, we've got serious game. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
It bounced to Stevenson, back to Sears in the corner. Thought about a 3, instead drives, dishes Nelson, back to Mark, right corner. Goes baseline, swings a pass to Reitzel. Far side 3-5.
The assist of the game is brought to you by Baumhauer's Victory Grill. If you need ideas for stocking stuffers this holiday season, Baumhauer's Victory Grill has you covered with their popular gift cards and signature sauces. And now through December 24, receive a $5 bonus card with every $25 in gift cards purchased. Baumhauer's signature sauces include hot sauce, sweet Thai chili, white barbecue, and Jamaican jerk. Happy holidays from Baumhauer's. Again, Bama over McNeese, 72-64 here in Coleman. The turning point of the game is presented by Payless Drugs, your locally owned family pharmacy with 5 locations in the Birmingham area. Payless can handle your prescriptions, over-the-counter solutions, and home delivery. Visit mynewpharmacy.com to pay less. BP, we were talking in the break. This really felt like an SEC ball game, a tough, gritty bunch, but turning point of the game.
Well, I thought Latrell Reitzel getting hot, and give Mark Sears credit because he found him on 3 occasions in the second half, and Mark had a big game Latrell had a big game from the three-point line. He goes 5 for 9 from deep. Coming into this game, Latrell was just 2 for 13 from the three-point line, and you knew that wasn't going to last. He's too good of a shooter, and he was able to catch it in rhythm. But when Alabama got the ball in the lane, good things happened, and a lot of that was Mark Sears. He had 5 assists, at least 3, maybe 4 of them were kicking it out to his buddy Latrell Reitzel, who got hot. He had 15, but it was Grant Nelson leading the way for Alabama in this one. 22 points on 6 for 9 shooting. He goes 8 for 10 from the free throw line, made some big free throws late, and Alabama was able to make plays. And during that stretch with Latrell Reitzel knocking down threes, Alabama got out to a 21-point lead. And you knew McNeese wasn't going to go away. They're too good. They've won too many games over the years, and they're a veteran team. And they fought back and made plays and made some tough shots. And Alabama went a little bit cold, got away from what got them that 21-point lead, and that was the inability to get the ball in the lane. McNeese's defense was really good, but Alabama got away from it, and they paid for it. And the Cowboys able to get back in this game. And like we talked about, these are games that you play to learn and get better and get exposed in areas that you need to improve in. And Alabama wasn't able to do the things that they wanted to do through a stretch, and it cost them. And it didn't cost them the game, but it cost them what was a 20-plus point game. All of a sudden, you're in a single-digit fight against a really good veteran team. But fortunately, Alabama able to make the plays late and get the win.
McNeese, Arkansas State, both NCAA tournament teams?
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, you look at especially McNeese. I mean, they're a 30-win team from a year ago. They are predicted to run away with the Southland Conference, and they're a team that's going to win a bunch of games, and they're a team that you don't want to see in the NCAA tournament, because for those that were here or watching on TV, you could tell this is an SEC caliber team with veterans that have won a bunch of games, and they don't go away quietly. Alabama, glad that we were able to win this game, but that is a McNeese State team that's going to win a bunch of games. And same could be said for our old buddy Bryan Hodgson at Arkansas State. He's built that quick, and they were a half away, Arkansas State was a year ago, from going to the NCAA tournament. They ended up losing to James Madison, who was a top 25 caliber team throughout the year, but this year it's Arkansas State projected to win the Sun Belt Conference and go to the NCAA tournament. And when you look at what's ahead for Alabama, these are the types of games that, as a player, you could overlook. And I know that Alabama they understood that McNeese is good and they were going to have to play. But when you look ahead and you're going to West Lafayette to play a Final Four team a year ago in Purdue, and the team that's picked to win the Big Ten, and you have Purdue waiting on you, you have Illinois, Houston, Rutgers, North Carolina, Creighton coming up, and you see McNeese. I mean, these Alabama players didn't grow up watching McNeese. Now, they're a good team, but when you have Purdue, Illinois, North Carolina, Creighton, teams like that, Houston on the horizon, it's easy to maybe not take this game as seriously as you would like it. I don't think that was the case. I didn't think Alabama showed up and wasn't ready to play. It was nothing like that. But this is a tricky game, and Alabama was able to get the win.
Well, to that point, they were ready to play. Built a 21-point lead, came out and did what they do inside, outside. But McNeese is scrappy. I mean, these guys know how to win, and they got back in it.
Yeah, they're scrappy, they're tough, they're athletic, they're deep. They're a really good team. And, if you put, an SEC or SEC, ACC or SEC name on their jersey, you wouldn't have thought twice, because they look the part. So where you learn is, I think, letting your foot off the gas and losing just a little focus. And if you do that against a good team, they're going to get back in the game or extend the lead if you're down. But that wasn't the case tonight. Even though McNeese was able to get back in this game, Alabama was able to make the plays on both ends of the floor and come away with the victory. And now things get even tougher. You love where you are, 3-0, where is exactly where you wanted to be going into this stretch. But as we talked about, this stretch coming up over the next month plus for Alabama is as difficult a non-conference stretch of games that I've ever seen since I've been around Alabama basketball. So it's going to be fun, exciting, and the thing that I love about it, that's different than other sports. It's different than college football. When you play a schedule like Nate Oates typically does, there's really no downside. You get better. I mean, you look last year, and Alabama went through a stretch where they were not near where they wanted to be in the non-conference, but it made them better. And, yes, you want to win those games, but when we were in Phoenix for the Final Four, you were glad you tested yourself and played the nation's toughest schedule, and that'll be the case as we get into some of these tougher games in the non-conference.
We'll take a final look at the Alabama Power scoreboard, tracking 4 other SEC games tonight. Finals, Florida defeats Grambling at home, 80-62. Mizzou over Eastern Washington and Como, 84-77. Second half score in College Station, Texas A&M is up big over Lamar, 60-31. In Norman, Oklahoma struggling with Northwestern State. That's a 2-point game midway through the second half, 40-38. Northwestern State has the lead there. The Texaco start of the game and Chris Stewart's locker room chat with Coach Nate Oates is coming up next. Again, Bama with another win over a state university in the state of Louisiana over McNeese, 72-64. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.